There. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. The study of this book is forbidden. It is wise to destroy this copy after the first reading. Whosoever disregards this does so at his own risk and peril. These are most dire. Those who discuss the contents of this book are to be shunned by all as centers of pestilence. All questions of the law are to be decided only by appeal to my writings, each for himself. There is no law beyond do what thou wilt. Love is the law, love under will. The priest of the princes, Ankh Afn Kansu. That is the Class A comment on Liber Al Vel Legis, the Book of the Law. And this is why it is, in a sense, it distinguishes it as in the world of holy books. It distinguishes it as something that's very difficult, indeed forbidden, to interpret for another person, because it's strange and terrible and wonderful. And if you're curious about the mysteries of it, you are to appeal directly to the writings of Ankh Afn Kansu. And if you interpret that as Aleister Crowley, then you turn to him as you speculate as to its meaning. It's kind of a cool thing. I'm going to start a brief, short period. It'll be a couple days, I'm sure, on a special commentary. Crowley wrote several major commentaries to the Book of the Law, and they're published in more popular editions. They're a little hard to find, called The Law is for All. But prior to that, some very ambitious and generous Thelemites published this edition called The Magical and Philosophical Commentaries on the Book of the Law. And they have several of Crowley's old comment, new comment on every verse. And at the very end of the book, there is another commentary that Crowley wrote in the autumn of 1923. And he wrote it at the hotel, and I'm going to spell it for you. It's probably pronounced Djerid, D-J-E-R-I-D, in the oasis of Nefta in Tunisia. So he calls it the Djeridensis Commentary, or Commentary D. And it's in the very back of the book, like this. And if you'll notice, I've had to hand number each of the verses that he's talking about. And there are sort of beautiful marginal notes that that go along with it. So it's going to be kind of an awkward thing for me to read, but as it is such a rare thing, and because I'm lucky enough to have this material in front of me, and I'm lucky enough to have this venue every morning, I'm at least going to start it. Okay? And I'll show you how I do it. It'll be easier just to start doing it than to describe what I'm about to do. So this is the commentary on chapter 1 of the Book of the Law. I'll first read each verse and then his comment on it. Number 1, had, the manifestation of Nuit. He simply says, Nuit is all that may be. Number 2, the unveiling of the company of heaven. Commentary. The book of the law shews forth all things as God. The marginal note. Nuit defined pantheism of Liber Al. Number 3 and 4. Every man and every woman is a star. Every number is infinite. There is no difference. These are the virtues of the soul. All things are able to know all. All are alike in this. At the end of all. Could do that again for you. Every man and every woman is a star. Every number is infinite. There is no difference. All things are able to know all. All are alike in this, at the end of all. Number 5. Oh, and he calls those the virtues of the soul. Number 5. Help me, O warrior lord of Thebes, in my unveiling before the children of men. I, the beast, the man, Aleister Crowley, whose number is 666, help to show forth this truth to men. Be thou, Hadit, number 6, be thou, Hadit, my secret center, my heart and my tongue. I am the point of view, as of the artist, from which Nuit may be seen by all. For I am her inmost thought, her sense, and her voice. And those two verses come under the category of the mission of Aleister Crowley, the Beast 666. Okay, I'm turning the page here. Number 7. Behold, it is revealed by Aiwass, the minister of Hur-Par-Krat. Mine angel saith her song unto mine ear. He is Aiwass, who is the word of the law, as also its mode of action. He serveth silence through his speech, which stilleth evil sounds, not known nor fused into one tune. And he calls that verse, my holy guardian angel Aiwass, his nature and office, capital A, capital L, is his word. And often that refers to Liber Al Vel Legis itself. Number 8 and 9. The cobs is in the coup, not the coup in the cobs. Worship then the cobs, and behold my light shed over you. The essence of a man and woman, each being a star of sovereign God poised in space by its own act, is clothed in thoughts and deeds as is its nature, hidden by them. I'll say that again. The essence of a man and woman, each being a star of sovereign God poised in space by its own act, is clothed in thoughts and deeds as is its nature, hidden by them. This essence is all worthy. Adore it, and the light of all that may be shed upon you. The cobs is in the coo, not the coo in the cobs. Worship then the cobs, and behold my light shed over you. And he lumps that under the category, the nature of mankind. Number 10. Let my servants be few and secret. They shall rule the many and the known. He says, the masters of mankind defined. Those who adore and love all things alike, for that they are of truth, are yet but few, and not known of men. Yet being free of fear and lust, their power controls the many, whose souls are subject to limit. The limit of knowledge, which is always two and can be counted. Number 11. These are fools that men adore. Both their gods and their men are fools. Men adore not, and that's spelled with a capital N-A-U-G-H-T. Men adore not, although they deem not God and man. Thus, the pure fool rules them and saves them from base knowledge, which is false. And he lumps that under the category, the secret of government. Okay. Number 12. Come forth, O children under the stars, and take your fill of love. All acts are in truth acts of love. Fulfill all loves that may be to the full. Be this in light before all stars, that all may see and rejoice. Under the category, the nature of an act, its virtue. Number 13. I am above you and in you. My ecstasy is in yours. My joy is to see your joy. Nuit is formed into an image of a woman, that she may be the symbol of all ways of going in love. And under the category, Nuit, expressed as an eidolon. An eidolon, a reflection. Okay. I am above you and in you. My ecstasy is in yours. My joy is to see your joy. Nuit, formed into an image of a woman, that she may be the symbol of all ways of going, capital going, in love. She is our goal and our own heart's essence of will. And this is her relation to mankind. She is nature, who is glad of the birth of all that cometh forth. Her mother joy as nature. Wow. Number 14, which is one of those verses that was snipped from the Stele of Revealing, and translated earlier before the dictation. So the little verse sections were not part of the original dictation that Crowley was hearing, but inserted into the text later at the instruction of Rose, of Radha. Oh, you'll excuse me. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Number 14. Above the gemmed azure is the naked splendor of Nuit. She bends in ecstasy to kiss the secret ardors of Hadit. The winged globe, the starry blue, are mine, O Ankh and Kansu. Here he calls that the secret of joy. The soul of man flameth forth in love unto the utmost space of the stars, and hath his joy of all of them. Every event doth fulfill some love, and each is therefore of the body of Nuit. All events are children of Nuit. Number 15. Now ye shall know that the chosen priest and apostle of infinite space is the prince priest, the beast. And in his woman, called the scarlet woman, is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. He identifies this as the mission of 666 and his woman, her nature and office. She is the scarlet woman, who adds, and it's in Greek here, I can't, but it adds that to 667, as he is To Megatherion, the great wild beast, 666. So, 15. Now ye shall know that the chosen priest and apostle of infinite space is the prince priest, the beast, and in his woman called the scarlet woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. I, the beast 666, am called to shew this worship and to send it forth into the world. By my woman, called the scarlet woman, who is any woman that receives and transmits my solar word and being, is this my work achieved. For without woman, man hath no power. By us, capital Us, let all men learn that all may be, let us, by us, let all men learn that all that may be is their way of joy for them to go, and that all souls are of the soul of true life. I'm going to repeat that. I, the beast 666, am called to shew this worship and to send it forth into the world. By my woman, called the scarlet woman, who is any woman that receives and transmits my solar word and being, is this my work achieved. For without woman, man hath no power. By us, let all men learn that all that may be is their way of joy for them to go, and that all souls are of the soul of the true light. Number 16. For he is ever a sun, and she a moon. But to him is the winged secret flame, and to her the stooping starlight. I am a sun, giving out light and life. But she, their guide in darkness, making them pure, single of heart, awaken to the highest. And he calls that our function, shown in a figure. I have power to kindle in my mind the essence of the abstract soul, she that of making all that may be dear and near and clear to men and women, so they all may find their joy in all. That's under the category of our powers. 17. But ye are not so chosen. I and my woman alone are chosen for this work. All others are best and truest as they seek Nuit in their own way, in their own way. 666 and 667 set apart for this work. Burn upon their brows, O splendorous serpent. Number 18. The royal snake of wisdom, bearing the might and right of life and death. Let me do 17 and 18 together, please. Burn upon their brows, O splendorous serpent, O azure-lidded woman, bend upon them. The royal snake of wisdom, bearing the might and right of life and death, the endless energy of magic burns on our brows. On us the soul of space is bent, so that all alike we may show all things as the way of joy. Under the category, the divine ideas revealed in this book, AL, invoked upon 666 and 667. So remember, 667 is Scarlet Woman spelled in full. Number 20. The key of the rituals is in the secret word which I have given unto him. He calls this the key of the magic of the new aeon of Haru Raha. The mode of magic is explained in the word abrahadabra, whose power I declare and whose secret I expound in other writings. Number 21. With the God and the adorer I am nothing. They do not see me, they are as upon the earth. I am heaven, and there is no other God than me, and my Lord Hadit. Here he says, Nuit, further defined, her relation to gods, men, heaven, earth, and to her Lord Hadit. Here's what he says. Nuit is not beheld of any god or man, for they are fixed in event. They are facts, while she is the ever-to-be. She therefore is to be held worthy, she and that self which may enjoy her love. Seek not those joys which, being actual, cease to exhale rapture. I'm going to run that past this one more time. With the God and the adorer I am nothing. They do not see me. They are as upon the earth, and I am heaven, and there is no other God than me and my Lord Hadit. Nuit is not beheld of any god or man, for they are They are fixed in event. They are facts, while she is the ever-to-be. She therefore is to be held worthy, she and that self which may enjoy her love. Seek not those joys which, being actual, cease to exhale rapture. (22) Now therefore I am known to ye by my name Nuit, and to him by a secret name, which I will give him when at last he knoweth me. Since I am infinite space, and the infinite stars thereof, do ye also thus. Bind nothing. Let there be no difference made among you between any one thing and any other thing, for thereby there cometh hurt. Nuit is the name by which this starlight yearning is to be known of men. To me, the beast, she hath given a secret name in that great night. There's a footnote here referring to NOx, the night of Pan. The term is explained fully in Liber 418. Okay. Nuit is the name by which this starlight yearning is to be known of men. To me, the beast, she has given a secret name in that great night, wherein I came to perfect oneness with all things that might be ever. Nuit is space, beyond the idea of limit or measure. She is also all points of view, no less than all vistas seen therefrom. By nothing, for all things alike pertain to her, and her nature is to compose all in one and not. One thing is, in the end, like all the rest. The seeming not alike come as a dream from choosing images after one's own heart to worship them. Thus each, though true as one of the all, is false if thought as one apart from the rest. Okay, his side notes for that is her name is 666. Her name, 666 is taught a name, more sacred yet. Nuit further defined reality and illusion, the none, the one, and the many, and the all identified through her. (23) But whoso availeth in this, let him be the chief of all. He is the chief of all who is not tricked into this trap of setting limits to things, by which he blasphemes each and makes all false. Understanding of this mystery, the key to chieftainship. Okay. 24. I am Nuit, and my word is 56. Nuit is known by the word of a riddle, of letter and number. This also will I make plain in other writings. Thanks a lot. Nuit in her name are hidden secrets. 25 and 26. Divide, add, multiply, and understand. Then saith the prophet and slave of the beauteous one, Who am I, and what shall be the sign? So she answered him, bending down a lambent flame of blue, all touching, all penetrant. her lovely hands upon the black earth, and her lithe body arched for love, and her soft feet not hurting the little flowers. Thou knowest. And the sign shall be my ecstasy, the consciousness of the continuity of existence, the omnipresence of my body. I, asking Nuit, who am I, and what shall be the sign that I am who I am, was told by means of a riddle, so that I might be sure that the answer came from her and not from mine own mind that I was 666. Also the sign was shown to me in a riddle as well as in the English of the text. These matters I will set forth elsewhere. So Nuit provides to Aleister Crowley that he is in truth 666 by means of a riddle and a sign. Number 27. Then the priest answered and said unto the Queen of Space, kissing her lovely brows, and the dew of her light bathing his whole body in a sweet-smelling perfume of sweat. O Nuit, continuous one of heaven, let it be ever thus that men speak not of thee as one, but as none, and let them speak not of thee at all, since thou art continuous. I called her, O Nuit, continuous one of heaven, which is a marvel of the inmost nature of number, as I shew in my other comment, and prayed that men might come to think of her not as one, which implies the idea of limit, but as none, which is beyond bond. And there it said 666 asks Nuit to reveal herself to men. Here's 28 and 29. None breathe the light faint and fairy of the stars and two, for I am divided for love's sake, for the chance of union. She answered, none and two. This also is a marvel of number, and this is the truth of the essence of the nature of all things, the root of the tree of thought, as I shall shew elsewhere. Nuit is that which is equally 0 and 2. This is the equation, 0 equals 2, the master key of the understanding of the universe, all caps, understanding of the universe. Number 30. This is the creation of the world, that the pain of division is as nothing, and the joy of dissolution all. She says, the world exists as two, for only so can there be known the joy of love. Thereby are two made one. Aught that is one is alone. Aught that is one is alone, and has little pain in making itself two, that it may know itself, and love itself, and rejoice therein. Nuit shows the object of creating the illusion of duality. 31. For these fools of men and their woes, care not thou at all. They feel little. What is balanced by weak joys, but ye are my chosen ones. under the category mankind in general, not worthy of attention. But here's the comment. Heed not the petty woes of men, trifles with petty joys to square the account. These are but dreams within a dream. And those to whom I speak the word of Nuit are chosen of her to pass beyond these phantoms into the world of real joy and sorrow, which also is joy. And the key and force thereof. I have to stop and digress just for a moment here. It's almost time to stop anyway. I was rereading the Bhagavad Gita the other day from the Mahabharata, and there's a conversation that takes place between Krishna, the god Krishna, who is the chariot driver for the hero Arjuna, the great archer warrior. And Arjuna is all bummed out because he's about to fight this huge battle. And the opposing army are his uncles and relatives and friends and childhood people that he knows, and it's his job. The armies are arrayed against each other, and just continuing on the crazy, mindless momentum of forces that draw armies together. And he's all bummed out. And Krishna said, chill out, man, you know. And then he just drops one wisdom bomb after another on Arjuna, putting things in the big perspective of light and consciousness and the evolution of the gods and the universe. And it's very, very reminiscent of what Crowley's talking about here. Seemingly heartless thing that's about, oh, you're being heartless with mankind, and, you know, mankind in general is not worthy of attention and stuff like that. But it sounds exactly like the counsel that Krishna is giving. Back your camera up, get a wide enough angle view of the drama that is existence itself, and all of these little petty things, especially your perception, your point of view of things while you're still thinking you're separated from things, is just such crap. You know, it's nothing. Don't worry about that. But anyway, hey, that's it for today. This may take far too long for us to realistically think about everything, but I'm going to at least try to get through chapter 1 in the next couple days with this, because it is truly just pure gold. But anyway, so I'm stopping for today. So, and if you think that I understand everything that Crowley is saying here, believe me, on lots of this stuff, I'm more in the dark than you are about these. But there's only one way to begin to understand it, and that's to go to Crowley's own words, 1923, 20 years, almost 20 years after the Book of the Law was dictated and read, and after he's already written a couple other commentaries. Anyway, once again, the book that I'm reading it from is the Magical and Philosophical Commentaries of the Book of the Law. If you want to try to look it up and see what might be on PDF and things like that on the internet, it's called the commentary called D by 666. And I'm going to spell this for you. The DJERIDENSIS comment on the Book of the Law. So where did we leave off here? I'm going to say right here. Okay, until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.